All right, super fun activity here. Um, we're looking to possess on one side, get some pressure into us, and then look to switch the point of attack into where the space is. So super fun activity. A lot of realistic game repetition and decision making on passing, where to pass, when to switch, um, how to find our way into space and around pressure and getting it into a space that then we can eventually attack into. So this will eventually lead us into creating and scoring and finishing. Right now we're trying to create space, hopefully on the flanks, to where we can get a little bit further down the field in an area that we've got some space. We've got maybe some 2v1s or 3v2s that we can attack into. So what we're trying to do is overload one side, see if we can get some defenders over there, and then head through the middle. The modifications for this activity are fairly endless. So let me get you the diagram here. I'm going to change these guys back to blue and red for the time being so you can see what this might look like. Wrong color blue, but you get the idea. The previous activity had us in a 4 on one side, 4 in the middle, and 4 on the other side. And you could just directly go to that with now some competition. Okay, so if we play a ball in, if we throw a ball out on the field, okay, we've got a ball, let's say, to this player here. Now we've got a game. Okay, and the game is to see if red can play the ball from their side through to the other side. Okay, multiple ways you can do this. All right, one way is just keep it as is, no players moving in and out of zones. Okay, that might be an easy way to start. Again, you can still go 4v4 before or 3v3v3. Eventually, I'll show you, we could add some neutrals here if you've got some odd numbers. Modifications, again, are fairly endless here, and they still maintain some realism into the activity, into the game. So, red team trying to keep the ball. As soon as we play a ball in, so let's put a coach up here. So coach is up here, playing the balls in the field. Ball gets played into this space here, and one yellow goes in defense. Okay, so our goal could be to split these 3 players and see if we can make it to the other side without going central. Okay, so this activity here, as it's created, that's how it's set up. A couple things to modify it immediately is you could, hey, I want you to pass it amongst yourselves, and you have one defender trying to win it. If the defender wins it, they can play the coach for a point. Otherwise, if you get 4 passes in a row, another player is going to come in. Now, how does that benefit us? And sometimes we tend to play it too quickly into space. And so if we played it, let's say this ball goes here, okay, and this player wasn't here, all right, we're gonna look to play here when there's some players through the middle. So we're gonna have a more difficult time doing that. Okay, but if we can play the ball enough on one side, we're gonna get some defenders to come in. So after 4, maybe 3 or 4 passes, whatever you want to do, you get another defender in. Okay, eventually you're gonna create some space centrally, okay, where you can play this ball through rather simply. So we've got some space here, or we've got some space here. Okay, so that's one modification. Another modification is when red has it over here, right? Blue can come into this space. Okay, you can keep all of the same rules that you had before, whatever you want to do. But if blue comes into this space, right now, we can either play through blue to go over, or we can bypass and go over. But as soon as, and that's a very key point because that's a cue to this player, as soon as this ball switches, this player needs to support. Okay, and if it goes through him, as soon as he plays it, he needs to be in a position to support. All right, and then we send one defender in and we start over on that side. Okay, so you can give this like each team's got 3 minutes to defend, and then you can add up all the points. So if red is able to get it from their side to blue, they get a point. If yellow wins it, plays to coach, they get a point. And then we rotate that, and after 3 3 minute sessions. We've played 9 minutes of soccer. You could do 2 minutes, whatever you want to do, 2.5. But after essentially three mini 2.5 minute games or whatever it may be, you've got a total points for red, yellow, and blue, and they've all attacked twice and defended once. So that's a good way to do that. Another thing to do is if you've got some extra players, or if you just want to make it so you've got a player in the middle. I actually didn't mean to do that. I wanted it to be maybe a neutral here, right, where they're not moving. So at our lower development levels, this is probably easier than forcing players to support and really looking at supporting on top of everything else they're already doing. So you might be able to just have 2 neutrals in this space, still 4 defenders, or let's say you have an extra couple players, right? You're just playing 3v3v3 with a couple neutrals. So send a defender in. We can play through these neutrals to get the ball over. So at our 9s and 10s, our lower development levels, it's important for them to start to understand what a neutral player is anyway. But this would be a good way to give them some less pressure on doing some of the things we're asking them to do. So this is an easier way to switch the point of attack and essentially give them what that is. Now, understand that at 9 and 10, and sometimes even 11 and 12, we're really not, like, the goal is not to, hey, we need to switch the point of attack to a bunch of 8-year-olds, right? Like, that's not really what the focus is, okay? The focus is on passing and receiving. End of story. So at 7v7, we're looking at passing, we're looking at pace, we're looking at technical function of passing, inside of the foot, heel down, toe up. It doesn't get any harder than that, right? And then on the receiving end, it's the same thing. Can we receive the ball with the inside of the foot, heel down, toe up, and can we take that touch into the space, right? And the next level might be, if I'm playing this ball to this player, I'm not playing it here, I'm playing it here on this side so that they can open it up and play over there. And if I'm this player, I'm receiving that ball with my left foot so I can open up and play over there. Same thing as if I'm this player and I'm receiving it from this side. Okay, can I open up and play with my right foot so then I can play another touch, my second touch to that player? Again, accuracy and pace. I would much rather err on the side of hard and inaccurate than accurate and not hard enough. We're not going to get better that way. Okay, so understand that this activity, although we're switching the point of attack, it's passing and receiving at 9, 10, 11, 12. If you've got some higher level 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s, right, we can start thinking about, okay, where's the space, right? We don't need to say switching the point of attack. We don't need to at all, right? But right now, if they've got 2 defenders on them, where's the space? It's here, okay? So how do we support into that space? How do we pass into that space? And how do we get it into this space? All we're looking at is space, okay? We don't have to say, hey, switch the point of attack, right? The theme is switching the point of attack, but all we're giving them is the environment to do so. And I can't stress that enough. And I know sometimes we think, man, this is like, we're expecting 9-year-olds to switch the point of attack. No, we're not. We're expecting 9-year-olds to learn how to pass and receive better. And we're going to give the environment to where if we have a player that wants to look to switch the point of attack or understand space, we can challenge those players. And that's it. So enjoy this activity. It's a fun activity. Lots of modifications, like I said. I enjoy this one. It's good. So any questions, let me know. Thank you.